Welcome back to Bill's Bets and Beers. I'm the host Chad, and during this video we're going to be talking about my Monday Night Football parlay that I have. I honestly think Bengals are going to be edging out the Browns on this one, and that'll kind of relate into how I'm putting these bets in. Also, if you're new to the channel, this is a channel where I talk mostly about Buffalo Bills football, the NFL in general, and I explain the parlays that I'm putting in for like the Monday, Sunday, Thursday night footballs, as well as just Sunday football parlays in general. Mostly doing some player props, reception, rush attempts, rush yards, all that fun crap like that. And I also do some occasional tasty brew ratings, tasting and ratings. So it's really kind of all around channel. That being said, let's get into this video. I put in a 6-leg same game parlay bet through Caesars for this week. It's gonna be my first one up on the parlay is Nick Chubb for over 83.5 yards rushing. Obviously he's their main back and he's been a powerhouse lately. He's mostly been getting over 100 yards, and when he didn't, he was around 70 or in the 80s. So I think this is a no-brainer. I think he's still going to get some rushing yards, and they're going to still try to get that run game going. They're usually not one to quit on the run game too fast. Next up, I have Hayden Hurst over 3.5 receptions. I chose this one because Hayden Hurst has been a favorite of mine on these parlays because he's been usually put at around 2.5, 3 receptions, but now he's at 3.5 because last week he got 6, and he's been becoming more of a not favorite target, but more of a featured target for Burrows, in my opinion. Especially with Jamar Chase out, he's easily gonna get his 3.5. He's probably gonna get towards 6 or 7 this game. Next up, I have Amari Cooper with 54.5 yards. Receiving. Sorry, I make sure I put that in there. Obviously he doesn't rush the ball, but it just makes sense. With Amari Cooper, I think he is going to get all the targets, majority of the targets from Brissett this game, besides the Peoples as well, but I think he's going to get his 54.5. He's probably only going to get around like 60 to 75 maybe, but I think 54 is an easy ask. I think he's probably going to get a big lump catch, probably for like 30 plus yards, and then have a couple more like 10 or 5 yard receiving ones after that. Next one, I have Joe Mixon for an anytime touchdown. I think he's going to he's either going to get it, it's high likely he's going to get it as a passing touchdown, like close by the end zone, like a little I don't know, a little out route, or just flushing out of the back and just going over there as like another option in case nothing's open. I don't know, I just think he's going to get the ball that way. Or maybe like a 2-3 yard, 4 yard like rushing touchdown. But he's going to get something this game. Like I said, with Jamar Chase out, all these other people are going to eat off it. And that's what's going to go into my next leg of this parlay. I have Mixon again, but over 3.5 receptions. It shows the receptions on this because he's been getting about 3 to 4. So they put these when they put these things in the parlays, they put them in very strategically because he's been between 3 or 4 the past couple weeks. And like he get 3 out of 3, 4 out of 4, 3 out of 7, 4 out of 6, things like that the past like 4 or 5 weeks. And honestly, I just didn't want to touch his rushing attempts. I needed something to kind of boost this up a little bit. This is kind of more of a safe parlay without the anytime touchdown in. So I wanted to boost it just enough. So I chose the receptions part because the rushings, he needed over 17.5 rushing, and he's only gotten over 17.5 rushing attempts like 3 times this season. And I don't think he's gonna, unless they're up by a massive amount against the Browns, and then they're just killing the clock by having him run. That's the only way that's gonna happen. I think he is gonna run more with Jamar Chase out. I just can't trust those numbers. So I know he's gonna get his receptions with Chase out. So I chose that one instead. And the last leg on this parlay, I have Jacoby Brissett. He's going to be going over 217.5 passing yards. Interesting enough, I checked it up. He's actually, the past 4 or 5 weeks, he's had like 260. He's almost had over 250 or 240 every game. Some towards 280, some towards just in the 260, 270 range, but he's been pretty consistent with that. So I think that's going to stay this game. I think he's going to have to pass. I think Bengals are going to get a little bit of a lead. I don't think they're going to be relying. They're going to rely on the run game enough, but having that run game at least be a little consistent, they're going to be able to pass the ball enough. So that's why I put him in there for that. I almost didn't want to touch it until I saw those stats. Because you think, oh, Brissett, he hasn't been doing that well. He's not my fantasy team. Has not been doing that great. But well, that's because he doesn't get passing touchdowns. If I wanted to add another leg into this, I would put under 1.5 passing touchdowns. But it's like a minus 170 or something for that. So it's like, yeah, you can add it to build up your odds boost at the end. But being honest, I just didn't want to touch that. So for the odds on this, with all those put in, it's gonna be plus, I think it was plus 3,500. Not bad for a little 6-leg parlay, and most of those being in the negatives on the on the odds market. I mean, Chubb's obviously gonna get over. It's gonna be favored for him to get over 80-something yards. Same thing for Hurst. The under on this one was actually like plus 135. That's why I picked the over, because it's gonna happen for that one. Same thing, Mark. For all these things were all like minuses. I think the only one, no, even the Brissett passing one was minus. So, anyways, that's gonna be my parlay. I put $1 on it. I can win $35. So if you were putting in a little bit more money on these bets, then like it's easy. If I put $5 on any of these bets, I'd be getting around $150. So I mean, just a 6-leg parlay like this, you put $5 on it, and you can get $150. And trust me, if I win, if I get a pretty big win on one of these, I'm definitely make a reaction video on it, show like what hit, and like the fact that like then once I have the extra money in there, I'll probably be doing a little bit more bigger bets. But honestly, I'm playing with house money that I put in there from what I've won, so I don't really put too much down on these. My preview videos, previewing the upcoming videos I have getting redundant because I've done a lot in the past couple of days, but I'll be doing playoff prediction mid-season. So just predicting the playoffs for both NFC, AFC, and I'll be doing certain seeds as well. So basically predicting like who's going to win their division and who I think is going to be the 3 wild card spots. Next up, I'll be doing Bills versus Packers outcome reaction. So I'm just going to be reacting to the outcome of the game. I was thinking about doing a live reaction through it, but I just don't have the audience for it at the moment. So, and plus, I think I'm gonna be at my mom's for this game, so I don't want to have make them act different when I'm over there and stuff like that. So I'll do that when I'm by myself and with the kids at the house and stuff. So that's gonna be a big deal. You might hear little Rugrats in the background and roughing going around, but that'll be about it with those. Also, I'll be doing my normal Thursday night football parlay, and obviously the Bills versus Jets preview for that game. That preview for the game, since it's still a Sunday night game, I'll probably be putting the preview out on Thursday, Wednesday-ish, depending on how all these other videos pan out. But I think it'd be either a Thursday. Actually, you know what? A Thursday, Friday. I'll be putting it out. I'll probably record it early, like a day before that, and then post it up in the morning, so it's a little bit more fresh in the content. And then to the sponsors part of this video, I have Crochet with Elisha. That's my wife. She makes a lot of crochet projects. She's very good at it. She has cardigans. She does t-shirts, bikini tops, bottoms, pretty much anything you could think of with crochet. She does good blankets. She does very good different patterns like gloves and hats. She made like dragon scale gloves one year. She does very good with hats. And maybe even like especially kids stuff. She's very good with like kids gloves, kids hats. I mean, anything you can think of she's made. She's made dolls. She does everything. You can go on her Instagram. It's Crochet with Elisha, and it's Elisha, Elisha at the end. So and with is spelled out. So if you look that up, you'll be able to see what she has. If you send her a DM, she will saying, "Hey, I would like this made for me." She can just find the pattern and she get that done for you as well. And she will, once she gets a DM, she'll just look through what you want, and she'll give you an estimate of what she's gonna, what she would make it for. And especially if there's shipping involved, she'll just add that on there for you, as expected, because I mean shipping things isn't free. Then I have my buddy Evan. He has a channel of his own. He has it's Mr. Nasty Time. It's Mr. Nasty Time. NASTYTYYYYME. I'll be putting a link in the description for his channel. He does he does NFL rankings, all 32 teams every week this year, and he's also put up some prediction videos, some like ranking videos on like quarterbacks and running backs, things like that. He also does some MMA content because he's very big into that. He's been fighting for years. He's been watching it for years. So he's very into that type of stuff, and he has a lot of knowledge. Especially he has knowledge on football, a lot of knowledge on football and MMA. And he's won a pretty good parlay on that, so he's done it for MMA. So, I mean, if you know fights, he predicted 7 of them on a card to win. So that's massive odds. So, and it's like he has the knowledge, and obviously with fights things can go either way. Sometimes fighters don't come in as prepared as you think they would, and sometimes they just make one mistake and they get knocked out. So pretty crazy he won those. So if you're interested in any MMA, NFL content, go over there. And if you're interested in gaming as well, he does his he streams his gaming on there now. He's switched off of Twitch. He does he's now mostly it's probably gonna be Modern Warfare 2, but he does a lot of RPG games as well, and just some big open world games. He's big into all those games like that. So just look out for his content. He always has stuff coming up. Next, my hopefully future sponsor. Thank you in advance. New Belgium Voodoo Ranger. New Belgium is a company, but they have a faction off for Voodoo Ranger, and I love their beers. It's great IPAs. They have a lot of good hazy ones, some hoppy ones. The Hop Raider is really good. That one just came out like this month or so. The Voodoo Ranger Juice Force is a beast. It's 9.5%, and it's a nice, smooth, hazy IPA. It has more of a pineapple hit to it. And honestly, it tastes very well. I mean, there's no weird aftertaste with it if you were to put that with IPA, so definitely go and try it out. And that's going to be it for this video. And once again, go Bills, and have a good night.